I'm Dylan, and this is not exactly normal. Did you feel anything? No. Let's try that again. Slower this time. How about now?
Yeah, me neither. If you were one of the lucky 20% or so that did feel something, you just experienced ASMR, Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, or brain tingles. But don't take it from me, I got to speak with Dr. Craig Richard, who literally wrote the book on it.
ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. It's as relaxing as getting a massage. But I can watch a video on YouTube and no one's touching me and feel almost as relaxed.
ASMR is essentially a relaxation technique triggered by soothing sounds, visuals, and sensations.
Just breathe.
It's within the context of a one-on-one interaction where the other person is giving you calm, focused attention.
Hey, darling. What you got there? You brought me a can of Coke Zero. It's really nice of you. How are you doing today?
It's basically just like a reaction that your brain gets when you hear certain sounds or see certain visual stimuli. It's different for everyone.
There's a certain degree of intimacy that comes with a lot of ASMR content because it often is about kind of developing that sense of trust and also like proximity with your viewer. That can be a major trigger for some people.
Before we dive in here, I do have a confession to make.
Most people watch it to like relieve stress and anxiety and have a moment where they can forget about their worries and just fall asleep.
Does someone lightly touching you or playing with your hair make you feel relaxed? Does someone whispering to you make you feel sleepy? These are called triggers.
So they'll do like a little bit of everything, like crinkle, whispering, tapping, visuals, like there's so many different kinds of triggers. And then some people hate certain triggers and love others.
I'm not a big fan of like ASMR eating videos. Well, mouth sounds are a major ASMR trigger for some people. The eating ones in particular don't really do it for me. Mouth sounds are definitely a weird one.
Mouth sounds are not really my favorite trigger. The ear licking is just too intense for me, but it's the most requested trigger. And that's the one that I felt the most like, oh God, just the visual of it is just so, so much. Yeah. And that's the one that I asked a lot of people and they were like, no, trust me, like I really do listen to this and fall asleep. I don't even look at the video.
What is that? The like a rubber thing on the microphone.
This is what you're talking about?
Yeah. What the hell is that?
Yeah. They are literally ears. They're ears. I don't know, like, who made this, Like, I don't know.
Like, I kind of understand eating ASMR. Like, I think it's kind of satisfying for people.
My name is Leah. Nice to meet you.
ASMR is all about creating a safe environment for you to relax in, and part of that can be role play.
Role plays are just simulations of real-world experiences that people have figured out stimulate ASMR.
There's something more captivating about it than just like plain triggers because you're treating the viewer like they're with you. So it really resonates with a lot of people.
Hello, human. It's nice to see you again. Let your eyes do what they want to do.
The most easy to get into would be the pure trigger sound videos, not the role plays, because some people think that's a little strange. And you can just think of like, what's the weirdest, coolest way you can get someone to feel ASMR and also like have fun doing it?
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll even do things that like most people wouldn't think are relaxing. Like I'll do like, one of my videos was relaxing murdering you.
Do you think you could run away from me? Good job. You stopped screaming.
Yeah, like the knife going in and out of the chest, the sawing off the head.
Exactly.
That's very relaxing.
The tricky thing about talking about ASMR is that most people haven't and won't experience it, myself included, so I'll let the experts describe it.
Today I'm gonna be doing a kiss sound video with some lip gloss.
Yeah, they're described as light, sparkly, staticky feeling. Some people will say it's in their brain.
And it can be accompanied by what we call tingles. That's what it's called in the community. The best way I like to describe them are kind of like goosebumps almost in your head.
It's a very distinct feeling that that I've gotten my whole life. And the feeling itself is more of like the hairs raising on the back of the neck almost and the scalp. It's accompanied with a sense of kind of mild euphoria.
It feels more like sparkly.
Sparkly? All right, that's a good one. Heard bubbly before?
Yeah.
So what's the science behind the sparkles? What's actually going on in your brain when you experience ASMR?
We published the first brain scan study of ASMR last year.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, we had people lay in fMRI brain scanners and watch ASMR videos. And what we found was a similarity between when people experience, they're called affiliative behaviors. You've seen best friends just kind of have a good time together, or romantic partners just sit and cuddle and watch TV. It's calm, focused attention. And they show the brain regions that light up during those moments of calm, focused attention are the same regions that light up when people are watching ASMR videos.
For a long time, the phenomenon didn't have a name, and everyone I spoke with had different recollections of how they first experienced it. But for many, it started, or at least evolved, with Bob Ross.
When I was teaching my son Steve to paint, I used to tell him just to pretend that he was a whisper that was floating across the mountain. His touch had to be that gentle to make it work.
When I was a kid, I watched a lot of The Joy of Painting with Bob Ross. I have memories of just laying there on my grandparents' floor watching these shows and just feeling this tingling sensation.
And maybe there's some little distant trees back in here. There they are. There they are.
It just makes me want to stay stationary and just kind of let it wash over you. It's very, very relaxing. It's a combination of things. The brush on the canvas, those kind of rough brushing noises. It's to do with his demeanor as well. Just kind of honest and genuine. That really helps me relax and get into that kind of ASMR state.
Watching Bob Ross's TV show as a kid. Like, I remember turning that on and just, oh, he's such a kind, gentle, soothing, man. And the way he paints just relaxes me. And I put a pillow down on the floor and just fall asleep.
From all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting, and God bless, my friend.
It wasn't until the internet was really a thing before these disparate people were able to find each other.
When I actually first discovered what was called the Whisper community years ago, it didn't have a name yet. I discovered role plays. So like people pretending to do makeup. I was like, wow, this is super relaxing.
The first mention of ASMR on the internet, although not by that name, came from a post in a health forum from October of 2007 titled, "Weird Sensation, Feels Good." Perhaps the most surprising thing about this whole story is that forum post wasn't immediately drowned in dick jokes.
The word ASMR was coined in 2010. So that doesn't mean that ASMR as the concept didn't exist before that. So before that, it was called things like brain orgasms. The sensation of just being relaxed by these triggers has probably existed for as long as there have been humans.
Soon, the first ASMR YouTubers, or ASMRtists as they like to be called, began staring deeply and intensely and lovingly into cameras, all the while speaking into giant phallic microphones, and 12-ish years later, ASMR is a massive genre on YouTube, helping people around the world deal with their anxiety, relax, and get some rest. Which is great, except it still creeps me right the out.
So maybe I haven't seen enough of them because it's all about relaxation, and literally anytime I open an ASMR video, my body clenches up. I'm like, ooh, stop whispering at me, this is creepy.
Not everyone experiences ASMR. If your response to whispering is so negative that you actually feel irritated and annoyed and you can't shut it off quickly, no matter who's whispering, that's called misophonia. And the curious thing is that you have some people who love whispering and some people who hate whispering.
Well, that's okay. Your boyfriend's here now.
You can also, when you turn on an ASMR video, especially for the first time, what you're turning on is someone who's like really close to the camera, like they're your best friend. They don't know you, you don't know them. And so it can seem creepy because you know this person is faking it.
Now, ASMR is everywhere. The biggest ASMR artists have millions of subscribers on YouTube. They can often be found on the trending page. And most surprisingly, there's an ASMR movie. Though it might not be what you're expecting.
I feel like this is the beginning of a movie. Like something big is about to happen. Reeves, the movie.
It's really a hybrid of the Shower Thoughts subreddit.
You know, you and I are like twins, but not like identical twins.
Like fraternity twins.
Yes, virginity twins.
ASMR and Reese's commercial. It might actually be the longest sponsored video in history, including this one.
Can I tell you all a secret though? I take a really long time to eat Reese.
ASMR has evolved beyond strictly whispering videos and has seeped into many other genres on the internet. There's ASMR cooking videos, ASMR unboxing videos, ASMR gaming videos, ASMR makeup channels, and so much more.
This is a good start. Look at all this cheese.
If you can think of it, there's probably an ASMR of it.
Yeah.
And of course, there is a common theme that runs throughout many of these videos. Sex.
It's not like a weird fetish if you think it is, because it instantly looks like a fetish, especially when you have a 3DO with the ears, you're like, that's weird.
While ASMR does overlap with other genres, sex is where the Venn diagram closes in. There's the framing, the intimacy, the suggestive microphones, the attractive host, and then of course, there's this.
This person wanted me to pretend that he was a turkey and that he wanted me to kill him and roast him in the oven and then make him into a sandwich and then eat the sandwich.
Yeah, that's a fetish. Yeah, that's...
There is no denying that a lot of ASMR has sex appeal, but it's just one of its many faces.
You can have a sexual massage, but also massage isn't intended to be sexual, and it's mostly used for relaxation and like, so it's the same with ASMR, same with like, there's sexy cosplay and then there's regular cosplay, there's sexy ASMR and then there's normal ASMR. And I think people just tend to jump to that conclusion when they see something that is really weird and they don't understand.
Somebody wanted me to make a video where I taped my hands and my mouth together. And I'm like, well, how do you even do ASMR like that? Like what is, I don't know, it just seems like, no, see, that seems a little serial killer-y for me. Like, I don't really want to do that one, I'm sorry.
Yeah. There are some ASMR artists that create sensual or sexualized ASMR videos. So they're baking in, meaning they're adding in sexual triggers on top of the ASMR triggers. So is the ASMR response and the sexual response the same thing? And the answer is no. Because when you have an ASMR response, it helps you fall asleep. You don't get, okay, I'm getting sexually aroused, I think I'll go take a nap in the middle of that. Like that doesn't happen. Those are two different kinds of responses. And there can be a relationship between the two.
Some videos, like I see like, you know, a kiss video or like where you're like licking your 3DO, and I get it. Like I get it because I see those and I'm like, is this? But then I talk to people. I've talked to women and men and a bunch of people that I'm like, is this sexual for you? And I've had people confirm for me like that I trust, that I know actually enjoy ASMR for the right reasons. And they're like, trust me, this is not sexual for me. Like, I like the way that you're doing it. I would tell you otherwise. And so they kind of keep me on the path.
The line between ASMR and pornography has been blurred, as there are ASMR artists who are in fact porn stars, and vice versa. Which, for the sake of this episode, I did have to check out, but purely for research, I promise. And I have to agree with Dr. Craig. ASMR mixed with pornography was even stranger to me than straight up ASMR. The goal of the video was much less clear. Do they want their audience to get excited or fall asleep? Despite their sex appeal, I found the goals of the two incongruent and ultimately confusing. ASMR is all about relaxing by helping people deal with stress.
And it's really nice to know that I can actually help people fall asleep and, you know, have some stress relief and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people will just say like how much I've helped them through like really hard times or helped them to fall asleep when they just can't. That's the main thing that just like motivates me, is to just keep doing it for them.
Because ASMR really is helping millions of people. I get a lot of messages from people who have like just had surgeries and they're in a lot of pain. It's really helping people, and like I'm not that weird. I'm just on the weird side of YouTube.
Before I got into the ASMR community, I was doing other things, and sometimes it can just feel a little superficial. Discovering ASMR gave me this way to produce content that I feel really makes a difference. Someone actually today said something to me that my videos got them through their last deployment. Like they suffer from insomnia, and it was the only way they could go to sleep. I've had somebody that suffers from Tourette's say that whenever they have, you know, a day where they're having more tics than normal, they watch some of my videos and it helps calm them down, and it really puts the wind back like in your sails to keep doing what you're doing.
ASMR has real, I think, therapeutic value for many, many people in terms of dealing with anxiety and stress and insomnia. And I've had people say it helped with their PTSD, you know, soldiers coming back from deployment and things like that. And I think there's so much benefit to be gained from it that a lot of people are not willing to entertain or give it the opportunity because they have this preconception about what it is in their mind, and they say, oh, I don't want my friends to think I'm weird, that this is some kind of sex thing or whatever.
All right, Nick, bring it on. I think the only way for me to overcome my being weirded out by ASMR is to make my own. And to do that, I need help from an expert.
Sexual ASMR sirens.
This is the struggle that all ASMR people go through.
You have much more caring eyes than I do. I feel like that's very important.
Oh, and that's like lower voice too, or soft. You don't have to whisper if you don't like whispering.
I'm a really loud person.
I think we should try doing a little bit of visual triggers.
Okay, let's do visual triggers.
This is something that's underrated in my opinion. So we'll just slowly move our hands in front of the camera. And one I really like is this pulling motion.
Pulling the string.
Yes.
Pulling an eyelash out of your eyeball.
Exactly. Would you like to do some slurping sounds?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some sleepy slurpings.
The camera.
Boop. Boop. You're my best friend. Boop, boop.
Oh, I love it. You're so special. So cute.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Privacy is a big concern in the ASMR community. Like many YouTube creators, ASMR artists are often young, attractive women and men, and doxing can be a real worry. To keep your private information safe and secure, you should use Dashlane, who sponsored this episode. Dashlane makes storing your personal data online a lot safer by making it easier to have strong password habits. You can use Dashlane to generate and save unguessable passwords for every single account that you have, which is the best way to avoid getting hacked after a data breach. For when you're traveling, Dashlane has a built-in VPN, so you can browse safely and privately on unsecure Wi-Fi networks. Dashlane also offers dark web monitoring, which allows you to receive alerts if your personal information is found leaked on the dark web, where it may be available to spammers and hackers. Dashlane will also allow you to store encrypted files like scans of passports, insurance cards, or contracts, so you always have your important documents accessible but secure. Just follow the link in the description or go to dashlane.com/normal to try it out for free, and the first 200 people that use the promo code NORMAL will get 10% off.